10 Lies the Narcissist Will Use, Part 2. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. This is Part 2, where I explain 10 common lies that the narcissist will use with regard to you, why they are used, and what's actually going on, to provide you with understanding and insight so that you can remove the bewilderment and confusion. If you have not listened to Part 1, I urge you to do so, as the introduction to it is important for you to understand the context of the lies and the circumstances by which narcissists don't always lie, but commonly do. It's important for you to understand that. So please do listen to Part 1. 5 further lies that the narcissists use. Number 6. You made me do it. This is commonly deployed as part of blame shifting, whereby something goes wrong, or there is a complaint, an accusation thrown towards the narcissist, which of course threatens control. The narcissism then prompts the response of, you made me do it. So for instance, where the narcissist punched you in the face, you made the narcissist do it. You made me have an affair. You don't sleep with me often enough. You made me seek comfort in the arms of somebody else, because living with you is hellish. You made me do it. Even where, for instance, the narcissist might be hammering a nail into the wall and then misses and hits their thumb, they will invariably blame you. This is because where something goes wrong, or where you accuse the narcissist of something, you're threatening the narcissist's sense of control, and you're not allowed to do that. Therefore, the narcissism, in order to nullify that threat, immediately engages in the blame shifting. It doesn't matter how preposterous it sounds. The fact that you have just been physically assaulted by the narcissist when you didn't actually say anything, and the narcissist says that you made the narcissist do that, in the narcissist world, you did, and you deserved it. With an unaware narcissist, the narcissism tells the narcissist that you brought it on yourself, that you deserved the hiding for whatever transgression the narcissism has invented, sometimes using the truth, sometimes using a half-truth, and often using nowhere near the truth. The fact that the narcissist has an affair, you caused it, which therefore means that the narcissist cannot be criticized, and therefore the threat to control posed by your allegation is kicked to one side. The narcissist remains unfettered, unaffected by the allegation. An aware narcissist is less likely to come out with the explanation of you made me do it, but it can happen. Invariably, the aware narcissist will come up with some other explanation, which of course accords with blame shifting, but will be more sophisticated as opposed to a bold assertion of you made me do it. Number 7. I will never cheat on you. This is similar again to the comment of, I will never hurt you. Why would somebody ever feel the need to have to say this, unless, of course, you think they are going to do it? Again, it's to be understood that the unaware narcissist really believes that they'll remain faithful to you, and the aware narcissist does believe at the outset that you are the one, and therefore will not cheat on you. And when it's stated at that moment in time, it is believed. But of course, ultimately, it will turn out to be a lie. This is because almost always a narcissist will cheat on you at some point. Often you're unaware about it. Other times you find out. And it's of course not just a physical cheating. Cheating can come in other forms, intellectual, emotional, and financial being certain examples. Narcissists cheat. This is because we have a rampant sense of entitlement to do what we want, with whom we choose whenever we so please. We have no sense of accountability to you to rein in our behaviours. The absence of emotional empathy means we simply do not care about the impact of our infidelity upon you. The haughtiness drives it. It's a form of manipulation, and it is necessary in order to assert control over another appliance, and of course to indirectly assert control over you. Along the lines of "you made me do it," the fact that the narcissist has looked elsewhere is because you're failing in the provision of your role, and therefore that means that the narcissist is freed from any obligation of fidelity. We are given that carte blanche to go and seek somebody else elsewhere. Whether you are a secondary source to us or whether a primary source, your failing means that we can look elsewhere. To state that we will never cheat on you is, of course, a lie, because the narcissist will do so. Number 8. I've nothing to hide from you. This supposed expression of honesty is rolled out in the golden period to make you feel that you're dealing with somebody trustworthy, somebody honest, and of course that allows your traits to be flexed to believe that you're dealing with somebody of that caliber. Of course, ultimately, it proves to be the case that we've plenty to hide from you. Our behaviour in the previous relationship, our behaviour to friends, siblings, parents and children, our behaviour in the workplace, the skullduggery that we've got up to with other people, the cheating, the affairs, the removal of your money, the destruction of your property. There are so many different forms of manipulation that we engage in that must be kept hidden from you. Of course, lesser narcissists are less inclined to do this because they don't operate with much of a veneer and they don't operate with a facade. But mid-range narcissists, the greater and the ultra, do, and therefore it is necessary, guided by the narcissism, to keep certain things hidden to avoid a threat to control. And at the early juncture, as part of this protestation of honesty, to draw you in and to make you believe that you have a decent person, that you're in a friendship or a relationship or a work relationship with, so that we get control over you and draw fuel from you, the narcissist will tell you, "I've nothing to hide from you." Believe me, we always have something that has to be hidden from you. Number 9. I've never loved anybody the way I love you. Oodles of flattery with this lie. We said it to the person before you, and the one before that, and the one before that. And we'll say it to the person who comes after you, and the one that comes after you thereafter. But at the time that it's stated, the unaware narcissist honestly believes that he or she has not loved anybody the way that they love you. This is because the narcissism causes infatuation with you and also revises history, so that even when we said that to the person before you, the narcissism deletes that from the record. And instead, we truly believe, we're an unaware narcissist, that we have not loved anybody in this way. Of course, an aware narcissist knows that we don't love, and we may regard that our interaction with you is of an intensity greater than that before, and therefore the intensity aspect may not be a lie. In other instances, we recognise that the intensity isn't as great as it was previously. However, in order to get you under control, we dismiss that. It is an inconvenient truth that we kick to one side because we tell ourselves, well, that person wasn't as good as you. If they were, we would still be with them. And that's therefore valid that we haven't loved anybody in the way that we love you. We know that we don't love you where we're an aware narcissist, but we simply don't care. We recognise the value in using the concept of love because it's one of the most effective ways of asserting control over you, drawing fuel from you, acquiring those character traits and residual benefits. Finally, number 10. I never want to see you again. Often in consultation, I have clients who say, I won't be hoovered, HG. He or she said to me, I never want to see you again. It's over, that's it, it's the final discard. Well, you ought to know from my other videos that there is no such thing as a final discard. Indeed, there is always a risk that we will come back, and it's the level of risk that matters. At the time a narcissist says, I never want to see you again, the unaware narcissist actually means it. You have transgressed. You are a traitor. And the narcissist wants you to go away and stay away. But as per the video, the narcissist conditional asterisks, everything that we do now can immediately be undone in the next moment. We have that reservation because of the expediency that's required to continue to assert control over you. So the narcissist says, I never want to see you again, and it's actually a lie, because the narcissist will want to see you again at some point, as and when we choose, dictated to by our narcissism and the needs for the pursuit of the prime aims. An unaware narcissist will say this repeatedly. An aware narcissist will say it because we know the effect that it has upon you. It shocks, disturbs, and upsets, and therefore is excellent at drawing fuel and, of course, punishing you for being such a traitor. We know, however, that we will seek you out again in the future at some point because you belong to us. We know that you are our possession, and we know that we are entitled to come back and get you. But an unaware narcissist who says this honestly believes it at the time, but it is a lie, because it can change with the flick of a switch so that the narcissist wants you back 1 hour later, 5 minutes later, or the following day. These are 10 of the common lies that the narcissist uses against you. If you'd like to understand more about the dynamic between you and the narcissist, whether it's current or in the past, to decipher what was said and what went on so that you can draw meaning from it and continue your march to freedom, do not hesitate to organise an audio consultation with me, and I'll be pleased to assist you. Details are contained in the video description to this particular video. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.